The Night is a brand new 2021 horror film that is Iranian. It's from Iran. Everyone in this is speaking Persian. It's set in America, much like the A Girl Walks Home Alone at Night. That whole film is in Persian. It's set in America. I think that was even filmed in like California. But and then the other film I know that's also Persian, that's horror, is Under the Shadow, which is great. So I had decent hopes for this one when I threw it on. I thought maybe it could, you know, hit the heights of those two previously mentioned films. So this is about a couple who has a newborn child, and they, after a party, decide to drive home, and the husband's been drinking, and they think they hit a cat, and the wife talks the husband into checking into a hotel, and of course once they get into the hotel they can't seem to get out, and they're dealing with ghostly spirits. So yeah, it's like a haunted hotel movie. Now the film's problem for me is that it drags way too much. It's just way too slow for its own good, and there's not enough atmosphere and creepiness to keep this movie interesting enough during those extremely long, drawn out, dark sequences. There's a lot of sequences in this as well. Now the film is called The Night, right? So it's supposed to be nighttime and dark, and this film very much achieves that. It is dark a lot. There's a lot of scenes where I'm like squinting, like Jesus Christ, man, I can barely see anything. Now there is a decent atmosphere created in the film, but that can only hold your film for so long before your audience is going to demand that the atmosphere turns into minor climaxes or one solid climax that it builds towards. But for this film, it just drags. It drags a lot. It has these revelations throughout, some of which you can very much see coming, and once you get one of them, you can basically guess where this film is headed. Overall, I just didn't find as much investment in this as I would have liked, and I ultimately felt bored and underwhelmed with the film. The main character here, which is the man, the husband of the film, is not a very likable guy. Now, that's kind of the point, and that's okay, but when you drag a film this much, I have to have some investment. I have to like somebody. I have to like something. I have to be attached to something. And I'm just not with this film. I just found myself very bored a lot of the time with this film. It dragged. And while the reveals could maybe have worked, I was so checked out by the point, in which the film that they happened, that I just didn't care even if I would have. So setup would have been key here for these things to land. Even so, with all that being said, I still didn't find them to land, even giving it that kind of pass. It's just the execution of it. It's a been there, done that, and it's not done very well, in my opinion. It's not horrible. It's not incompetently made. There's enough atmosphere that you know that there's some talent going on here. It's just that, as I said, been there, done that. Not enough climactic parts, not enough revelations and reveals that land. The slowness of the film. There's just a lot going on here, to me, that's dull. That's, been seen before. So it's a pass for me, for sure. But, if you like real slow burn foreign films that, don't have a lot paying off in the film, check it out. It doesn't seem like a film many people are going to enjoy, but this film, of course, will have its fans like any. It just didn't work for me personally. So, not a recommend. Let me know if you watch it.